welcome to this year's Commish show. It's our kickoff show for the Madden 2019 season. The game is finally back to the PC, and we couldn't be more excited. On this show, we're going to be talking about how we put our rosters together, what our philosophy is for building our teams and the competitiveness of our league, and going over some of the new things going on with our league, with our forums, with our Discord, and why we have the best damn rosters in all of Madden. So that's what this show is going to be about. Stay tuned, because here we go. So a little about the CCFL. We began as a league back in Madden 2002, and even back then we were leading the way in terms of doing player ratings, and our league files were noticed. We were a very popular league. At one point, not only we have our 32 coaches, we had a waiting list of about 72 people on it at one point. So we've been a successful league for a long time. We've always had a dev in the league, which is really unusual and kind of separates us from the rest. We had one for our first probably 3 years. Then we went through a stretch where we didn't have a dev, and we have a dev in our league again now. And so we have close ties to EA, and that makes it a little bit different than most leagues. As far as I go and what qualifies me to do player ratings is I've been in the coaching world for 32 years. I've just retired from coaching, in fact. And over the years, I've had over 75 kids leave on full scholarship. And because I've coached and because I've seen players move on, I understand primary attributes for positions as well as understanding the game because I've got such a long history with that. I've always done both. I was always coaching and involved with Madden. And I've even had, I think, 21 players now play in the NFL. So, and many more that, got tryouts with rosters and just didn't make it. So I have a strong connection with Madden, with the NFL. I love the game. And I think that you find that our ratings are different than just about every league out there. In our league, you'll never see a cornerback that's rated 74 overall trying to cover a receiver that's 99 overall. The way our ratings work is our players are all ranked that are on teams between 80 and 99, and typically most starters are 84 to 89 overall. Some teams will pick up developmental players, carry them on their practice roster, or even sometimes just as a depth guy and develop that player. But typically most of the teams start off with all their players between 80 and 99, which is great because it gives us a balance in the league so that everyone can be competitive right now. And all of our teams are rated overall between 94 and 96. So it doesn't matter, where you're at, you've got a team good enough to compete when you play in the CCFL. The CCFL has also moved to start using Discord rather than ICQ, some of the other communication media that we used to use in the past. Discord is outstanding. It can host over 1,000 people at once, and it's free. And there's no bugs, no viruses, or anything ever associated with it. In fact, the makers of the product have made over $55 million on the product, and it's all donations. That's how great people think Discord is. Discord is like ICQ, but you can also use it for voice, and it has the equivalent of what become forums as well. So you can post broadcasts in there. You can have people in a chat room watching the same game together. You can talk through trades rather than having to type them all up. So Discord's outstanding. We love it, and we use it. And we also have traditional forums up that we process our free agents and trades through. And then for all the social things going on in the league, we use Discord. All right, we're back to the CCFL Commish show, and the next topic on the table is why no CCFL website? Well, because Madden has now put back up online franchise, and so it does everything for us that our website used to do. All the in-game stats are there. When you go into the online franchise, that's also where you can connect with your opponent. It almost acts like Hamachi. It's basically a iCloud, and it does everything. So you can go into the franchise online, 24/7 and do your depth, your formation subs, anything at all that has to do with your teams, looking over free agents, anything at all that you want to do. The franchise is always up 24/7. There's never a limit on what you can do. And because it gives us all the stats and all that different information, there's really no need to pay for a costly website. I know back in the old days, I used to pay, I don't know, $400 or $500 a year to have a CCFL website. It's just not needed anymore. Online franchise absolutely blows that away. The graphics are all better anyway. And once you learn how to navigate Madden online, it just becomes the easiest thing in the world to find what you need. So that's why we don't use a CCFL website. We actually use our franchise for that. And we use other means to advertise the league where you could normally use your website for that. We post all over Reddit, Facebook. We have our own contacts that we message all the time. So yeah, there's just not a need for that, and we use our online franchise as our primary base of operations. I did want to get back to player ratings for just 1 second because there is a whole different ingredient in the new Madden game, and that is that the players have a progression rating now: superstar, star, quick, or normal. And we also edited all of our players in the entire league to be normal on progression, because what we found simming through seasons was that a superstar player would progress incredibly, even if he had awful stats or didn't start. And so we wanted our CCFL progression to be based on in-game stats, winning, and how that player was used within the scheme. And if that's what's determining progression, we feel like we're going to get something that's a lot better for the league rather than just a random game created item. We made our players where they will all have a normal progression rating and progress at a rate based on their winning and stats and traditional Madden progression. So that's it for this Commish show. However, next time we're going to be talking about rising stars in the CCFL, preseason breakdown, who did what during the preseason, which teams are looking good, which teams are tanking, and we're going to be looking at potential stars in the league. We will also be taking a look at who we anticipate having a successful regular season, and we're going to interview one of our very own CCFL coaches on the next CCFL Commish Kickoff show. Thanks for listening.